What's up, guys? Welcome back to Beardman and Reviews. Now, before I get started, this will probably be my last music review for a couple weeks. I don't want to be pigeonholed as a music reviewer only. I want to have the freedom to review movies and video games or TV shows or whatever I want to. Uh, and just to let you know what's coming up next, I will be reviewing the new Halloween Kills uh, film. Uh, that's going to be reviewed either next week or the week after. And then I am going to review the latest Mortal Kombat uh, movie. And and finally, I want to do a discussion type of review of Thor Ragnarok. I have a very unpopular opinion when it comes to that film, and I want to offer it in a very calm and very like a friendly manner, and I want to get a kind of a discussion going on about it. So yeah, guys. So that's what's coming up next. But right now, we are talking about the latest album by French progressive death metal band Gojira. Now, guys, I have fallen in love with these guys ever since I heard L'Enfaunt Sauvage, or uh, or as my friend William and I like to call it, elephant sausage. I have been such a big fan of them ever since I heard Elephant Sausage. That album made me fall in love with Gojira. It was so heavy, it was so melodic, it was just gorgeous. And then I heard Magma, and at first I was a little bit put off by it, not gonna lie. But the more and more I listened to it, I fell in love with it. Now, admittedly, not as much as say like Elephant Sausage or The Way of All Flesh, uh, or especially From Mars to Sirius, but I still really enjoy Magma. So, what are my thoughts on Fortitude? Well, I love this album. I've loved this album ever since it came out back in late April. And that's another thing I want to very briefly touch on right quick. Why am I reviewing this album now when it came out in late April? The reason why is this. I filmed a 17-minute long review on my old laptop that I can't post now. It's gone. That really bothers me. So I am reviewing it now, so that way it's at least out there, or something about it is out there. Now, guys. Furthermore, this album starts off with a very elephant sausage. I'll stop calling it that. With the very L'Enfaunt Sauvage esque sounding riff, and this whole song just reminds me of something straight out of L'Enfaunt Sauvage. It's very heavy. It's very just it's a very awesome track. It's definitely the heaviest track since Explosia, which has a huge death metal fan really speaks to me. And then it goes on like to a very Sepultura esque like a sounding song like Amazonia. The first time I heard this song, I did not like it. I know that's like savage or whatever to say, but I did not like this song. But now I freaking love this song. This is honestly one of my favorite songs now on the entire album. I'm like I love the jaw harp at the start, and I love Mario's drumming in it. Do 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 do. It's just very awesome. I love it. I love this song, and I love just how passionate Joe's vocals sound on his song, um, and it's just a great track all around. Very heavy. Then we move into another world, and this is a song that when I first heard it, I walked away saying it's okay, and I still kind of feel like that now. Another World, it's okay. Joe's vocals are great on it. I like his vocals a lot. The riffs are cool. They're funky, but overall, I just feel like this song is just it's just it's okay. It's not terrible by no means, but it's not great either. It's kind of like I said, it's okay. Um, so the next song, Hold On, it's better than Another World in my opinion. It starts off with a very, very like angelic, sounding intro, from Joe, and it's a great track. Honestly, this and then shortly before it gets very sludgy and heavy, it has a riff that sounds like Tool. Honestly, it sounds like Tool. And when I heard it for the first time, like I was like smiling so freaking big because Tool are my favorite band of all time, hands down. I love Tool. They opened my mind to so much, and they are great. And so like like that's partially why I love this song is like it. I love the sludgy heaviness of it. And then we move on to Newfound, which is the longest song on the album, and I don't think it needs to be. It's again, it's okay. It reminds me of something straight off of Magma, if I'm being like fully honest. Which again is not a bad thing, but Magma is one of my least favorite albums by them. So like so this is naturally one of my least favorite songs on the album. But it's good. It's still very heavy in its own right, especially the outro. The outro is a classic Gojira outro. Uh, Gojira. Okay, look. Okay, like this is why I think that Gojira will become one of the greatest bands of all time. Similar to like the greats, it's in my opinion, such as like Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, Black Sabbath. Every one of those bands were masters of something. Like for instance, okay, like Iron Maiden is the master of like very epic, very gorgeous, very almost like tear jerking riffs. Their riffs are incredible. Judas Priest is just like the masters of like uh, straight up heavy metal sounding riffs, as well as like trading off guitar solos. And of course, like a Sabbath is just the master of the really sludgy, very stoner sounding songs. And Gojira are the masters of the outro. A Gojira outro is a thing to truly behold. Because Gojira have a way of having like 3-minute outros of the same dang riff, but it never gets old. No other band can do that, except for maybe Tool. But like no other band really can do that and have it not get very monotonous, in my opinion. So yeah, so like I love like the outro of Newfound. Then we move into the title track and the chant. I don't want to talk about these songs because I personally don't really care for them, and if I don't hate them, but I don't like them if I'm being fully honest because I just feel like I just feel like if you got rid of these two songs, the album's flow would be so much better, and the album would be so much heavier, and it just wouldn't be. I don't know. I just don't want to talk about these two songs. Like I skip them every single. Sorry, I skip them every single time I listen to this album, because like I said, I don't hate them. I really don't. I just don't really care for them. And if I don't care for them, I don't care to talk about them. So let's move on to Sphinx. Sphinx is, again, a straight up L'Enfaunt Sauvage type of sound. Um, uh, that's a very common theme on this album. If you mix L'Enfaunt Sauvage and Magma, you would get a Fortitude, because like this album is just that. It's very L'Enfaunt Sauvage type of riffs, L'Enfaunt Sauvage type of heaviness with the Magma, with the very, I don't want to say radio friendly, but what I mean, with the more mainstream, I guess, Magma sounding atmosphere, and I love the scrapes on this song. That is one of the things that I've always loved about Gojira. I love like the scrapes in their songs. I just love this album. I love Joe's growls on this song. That's one thing that I will say about this album is that I realize that Joe's in his mid to late 40s, but his voice is noticeably starting to lower. I don't mean lower in quality. I mean lower in pitch, and that is perfectly fine because Joe's lower pitch works perfect on this album, and his growls are still incredible. I wish he would use his growls more because they're truly fantastic. And guys, like next we have one of my favorite songs, "Into the Storm." The chorus gets so much, just the chorus gets a lot of hate, but I love the chorus. It gets me so excited every time I hear it. And most of that is because of Joe's vocals. His vocals, man, so much passion, so much a ferocity, so much just power. And they bring this chorus home. If you had any other of vocalist, that chorus would sound dumb, which is what a lot of people think it sounds anyways, but I love it. And I love Joe's vocals on the chorus. They're fantastic. And and like as a drummer, I cannot talk about this song without talking about Mario's Mario's drumming. His drumming on the song is incredible. I just love how like fast it is and stuff. And yeah, guys. And so next we have the Trails, and this song reminds me straight up of of like again, L'Enfaunt Sauvage. It reminds me straight up of Born in Winter off of L'Enfaunt Sauvage. I feel like I'm saying that album's title a lot in this review, but it's very true. This album is literally L'Enfaunt Sauvage mixed with Magma, in my opinion, except for Fortitude and the Chant, which is another reason why I don't really care for them. I feel like they are. I feel like those two songs are truly the raisin in the metaphorical bowl of milk. But if you love those two songs, then that's honestly like really cool. They wrote them. They wrote them for some of you like to love them. And guys, like finally, we come to the 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 grind, the heaviest song on this track or on this album, rather, heaviest song by far. Incredible, incredible. This honestly reminds me something of. Again, I'm gonna say it again. I'm sorry, L'Enfaunt Sauvage. But also, guys, it reminds me so much of From Mars to, to Sirius, because it's I just again, guys, that outro, that outro is just unbelievably just gorgeous and melodic and amazing. So yeah, guys, that's it. Wow, this turned out to be an 18-minute review, longer than my original. But I just really wanted to give you guys a track by track review of how I did the original one, just to give you a similar vibe. I don't like making super long videos like this, but in this case, I feel like I have to, simply because that's what I would have done originally. So yeah, guys, what will I give this album? I am 100% giving this album an 8. Well, you know what? No. No, I'm not. A 9.5 out of 10. I would give it a 10 out of 10 if it wasn't for a Fortitude and the Chant, and if Another World was just a little bit stronger. Uh, but yeah, guys, that's it. If a now 19-minute long video is far too long for you, then definitely check out the short review in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching my videos. It means a lot. Thank you guys, and I will see you in the next one. I truly hope that you guys have a fantastic day. Thank you so much. All right, guys. Bye.